Yeah, just Sveno Mick here. 6 o'clock Sunday morning. What are we? It's the first week in April 2021. Now I'm just in the bush. 6 o'clock Sunday morning. I woke up fairly early. So I thought, oh, bugger it, I'll just go and do a couple of small quick videos. And thought a few little tracks I know. Won't say where I am. It sounds like a motorbike in the distance. Just looking at the headed off tree there. So obviously, oh, there you go. There's a headed off tree. It's all blackbutt stand down here. And I've been down here, been to this spot before. I was in this spot many years ago with Dad. So we would have been early 70s, I would say. I was down here with his timber cutter, and would say, just judging by what's around here, we've got a stand of blackbutt pretty well everywhere here, and there's the odd bloodwood. But there's the head of a, I would say, probably a blackbutt there. And then we'll spin around, and there is the stump. And he's got a big pipe in him now. So whether he had a big pipe like that in him when he was dropped, or whether who would have dropped it, who knows. Whether it was a timber cutter that used to cut for Dad, Keith Reardon, or whatever. But I've spent a bit of time out here, this particular spot, on the Blackall Range. As a kid, so I would have been, 8 I reckon, 8 years old. So talking 50 years ago, this particular little spot. And I do recall just being over the edge here with Keithy Reardon, or also known as Pinky Reardon. And if you look, there's a stump. There's a stump in there. I can clearly remember being over here with Keith and his big German Shepherd dog. All this has all been cut a few times through there. This has been cut since the 50 years ago mark. And this is only half an hour drive from Maloney. I won't say where it is because, believe it or not, now there's houses around here everywhere. And you wouldn't catch me living in the bush here, because this would have to be one of the most susceptible places to fire in summer that you would get. There's another stump there. This would be all stuff Dad would have done. But, you know, it's probably a 50-year ago cut stump there, I'd say. Oh, Dad's cutter. Dad's snug 'em. I can remember snigging just down here with Dad and his D6. Down over the side here, straight down over there. I can clearly remember that. There's a little snigging track down there, and that one wandered off down there. But a lot of people wouldn't know anything about how all this works, and I'm not about to explain it this morning. I'm just out having a look. So I just thought, bugger it, good time to get up early and just go for a bit of a drive. Yeah, it's bloody mostly all blackbutt here. See a bloodwood just down the road there, down that little bush track. But yeah, actually I was going to say, spin back around, look at the GQ there, would you? The new number plate, 026 BM4. It's the new Queensland number plates. Poor old girl. Well, this old girl, won't be long and it'll be up for sale. Like I said, I've got that Falcon ute. As much as this is a good vehicle, the ute's better for me to work out of. And I've got my gear in there. And Now I've got my brush cutter, and out in here, just a bit of gear. And look, it's not the ultimate because you get just a bit of fuel smell, even though everything's sealed. And I'm going to have a canopy and everything. I'm going to get a canopy for my ute so we can use it for camping. Oh, geez, I love coming out in the bush. Can use it for camping and also obviously work. But yeah, all this through here. So there's the sun just starting to crack. So the days are getting shorter, and I can definitely feel I've got my shorts and got my work shirt on. Oh, I love these work shirts, but I'm still wearing my shorts. Look at this head. But it is cool this morning, it's noticeably cooler. But, oh, that's what I was just going to show you. So, this particular spot, spent a lot of time riding through the bush here. Look, it's probably 20 minutes from Maloney on the bikes. Oh, I can smell. I'd love to have a smellophone. Smell the leaf and everything here. Now, I was going to show you a little bit of a human interest story. Dad had these loading ramps right thereabouts. It was on the flat here, and like I said, definitely the loading ramp was here. So now you've got that tree there. So that tree there is about 12 inches through at the butt, and that one there is probably 10 inches. So what actually used to happen is you'd snig the logs with the dozer to a point, and this point here is where the truck would get loaded. So we had a loading ramp on the level here. So the loading ramp was about this area here. So that tree wouldn't have, those two trees wouldn't have been there. That one wouldn't have been there, that one wouldn't have been there. Most of these smaller stuff wouldn't have been there, that bigger one would have been. And so you have your ramp pushed up here and a log laid in here, a bed log laid in here, and you have skids up to the height of the bolsters of the truck. And the truck is sitting right here. Now, Dad was snigging down here for X amount of weeks in this area. It would have been X amount of weeks, could have even been a few months, the time you got it all done. So the truck would have been sat just there, and loading ramp there. So I don't know who was driving his truck then, that particular time. I just can't remember. I can clearly remember Pinky or Keith Reardon and Dad, obviously, because I was out here with him. And I distinctly remember Keith's big German Shepherd dog. But well, like I said, we're talking 8-year-old, so it's a long time ago. It's 50 years old. But yeah, that's what you do. And the dozers snigs the logs from down this road, which was just a dirt track then, not maintained here at all. Tracks down to the dozer, down to the logs. A lot of them you just sit off here with the dozer reversed in, and a lot of those are like that, and that you just drive straight to. But as they go hundreds of metres down over here, you have little tracks that you go down into, little snig tracks. And what you have is, what you can't get, the logs that you can't drive the machine to, you pull out the winch rake and you snig the logs to the dozer. You can find plenty of stuff on YouTube. But anyhow, I'm going to pull it up at that. I just wanted to get out here on this early Sunday morning because I just haven't had any time to do any of this sort of stuff in summer because I've been too busy, and it's about time coming into winter that I made time to get out and do these sort of things. Because guess what? All of a sudden we're heading for a third way into the end of the first third of 2021, and then 2021 will be gone, then we'll be on 2022, and you just don't have the time, so you got to make the time. So that's all down in there too. I can clearly remember that. And like I said, this wasn't even a formed road back then, this particular. So obviously gets a little bit of traffic down here. Another stump there. So remnants is everywhere. Like I say, this was late 60s, early 70s when I was out here with my dad, and I've been out here. He used to do a lot of bike riding out here. And just look at anything here with size. It's just a big old piece of crap there. You look, beautiful old tree, big old hollow there, tree's buggered. But you can't really see that there. But there he is there. I wouldn't spend too much time under this tree here. A massive amount of dieback in the head. That tree there would be, it's a black butt, or what I know is a black butt. Tree there would be 2 to 3 metres through at the butt. And doesn't look that there. But it is, but it's no good anyhow, because if you look at it, it's all hollowed out. It's just what they call a big shit box. That's why it's still there. Not very tall, not extremely tall, but very heavily wooded. Very heavily wooded. But he's buggered, he's all dead, dying. Might stand for another 10, 20, 30 years. Who knows? But there's a lot of big black butt in this area here. He is absolutely knackered. You can see straight through him there. I don't know if you can pick that. Yeah, he's rooted. But oh, look at that sun coming up over there, would you? That's beautiful. Just out here, you just gather your thoughts, you just do your own thing. Oh, someone's run into that. I don't know what they've hit that with. They've hit it hard. Yeah, so that tree stayed there because clearly he's no good. I'll stole that stump, another one there. And here's a big dead one here. Now I don't know how many cars use this road, but he's a big limb hanging up in there, look at that. Widowmaker. And I can hear a vehicle. Don't you just love being out in the bush? It's just the smells, you know, smells of Australian native hardwood forests. 2021. Well, I'm going to leave that, because that's 12 minutes and 50 seconds of waffle. Dribble, 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 dribble. I'll go right up to 13 minutes, bugger it. Listen to the bird life. Yeah. Sveno Mick. I'm going to pull it up at that. So Sveno Mick from Sveno Mick. Sveno Mick from Swenson's Mowing and Grounds Maintenance. And there's another little hollowed out tree. They're just everywhere, and they leave them because birds, that's not, I doubt that one, but young birds, young parrots and everything get in there. They're all over the spot, all over the joint. Oh God, it's breathtaking. Sveno Mick out.